Did you know your Social Security check could look very different in 2025? And not just because of a raise. In fact, changes coming in December might surprise you, and they could impact how much you actually take home. But don't worry, we've got all the details you need to understand what's really happening and how you can make sure your check is accurate. In this video, we'll break down exactly what's changing with your Social Security benefits. From a 2.5% cost of living adjustment, COLA, to rising Medicare premiums, we'll explain how these adjustments will affect your monthly check and what steps you can take if you spot any mistakes. Stay with us to make sure you're not left in the dark and that you're getting every penny you deserve. If you want to stay on top of all things Social Security and personal finance, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, Financial Area. We'll keep you updated with everything you need to know to protect your wallet. In 2025, Social Security recipients will receive an important update, a 2.5% cost of living adjustment, COLA. This is a boost that could add about $50 to the average monthly check, but it's crucial to understand what that really means for your finances. While this increase may seem like a welcome relief, there's more to the story. The Social Security Administration will be sending out notices to all beneficiaries in December, detailing exactly how your monthly check will change. This notice is not just a formality. It's the key to understanding how much more you'll be receiving and what deductions you might face. For those who have set up online accounts with the Social Security Administration, these updates will be available to view online, while others will receive them in the mail. The notice will include specific details, including the exact amount of your new benefit check and any changes in your deductions. It's essential to keep a close eye on this, because without it, you might not even realize if there's been an error with your payment. Social Security doesn't always get everything right, and having this notice is your safety net. If anything seems off, the notice will be your proof of what your benefit should be. Many beneficiaries overlook this document or simply don't give it enough attention, but it's the first step in making sure that you're not losing money due to mistakes or missed updates. If you're someone who's been receiving Social Security benefits for years, this annual notice may seem like just another piece of mail, but it's more important than ever to carefully review it. The new streamlined, one-page notice is designed to make everything clearer, with exact dates, dollar amounts, and deductions laid out in a simple format. This is a crucial step, so don't ignore it when it arrives. In addition to the 2.5% increase in Social Security benefits, there's another important factor you need to be aware of: rising Medicare premiums. While many are excited about the COLA increase, a significant portion of that raise may be absorbed by higher Medicare costs. Specifically, the Medicare Part B premiums for 2025 will rise to $185 per month. That's an increase of around $10 from the previous year, bringing the monthly premium from $174.72 to $185. While $10 might not seem like much, when you factor in the average Social Security increase of about $50, this premium hike could eat up a significant chunk of your COLA boost. For some, this could result in much less of an increase in their monthly benefit than they were expecting. Let's break this down further. If you're receiving the average Social Security check of about $1,900 per month, a $50 increase from the COLA would bring your monthly benefit to around $1,950. However, with the increase in Medicare Part B premiums, that $10 is subtracted from your total monthly increase, leaving you with a net gain of $40 instead of the full $50 you were expecting. That's a 20% reduction of your COLA raise, simply because of higher Medicare costs. It's not just the premiums that are increasing. Other Medicare costs are also seeing a rise. The annual deductible for Medicare Part B is going up by $17, or about 7%, bringing the total deductible to $257. This is the amount beneficiaries must pay out of pocket before Medicare coverage kicks in. This deductible increase, while not as noticeable month to month as the higher premiums, still adds up and impacts the overall financial picture for Social Security recipients. For those on fixed incomes, every increase in these premiums and deductibles can feel like a step backwards, especially when the overall cost of living increase is designed to help you keep up with rising expenses. The reality is, while the COLA adjustment is intended to help beneficiaries keep up with inflation and rising living costs, it doesn't always work out in your favor. With prices on everything from groceries to utilities continuing to climb, the increase in Social Security checks often doesn't fully cover the growing costs of healthcare, housing, and everyday expenses. And when you add in the rising premiums for Medicare, which is a necessary expense for most Social Security recipients, it starts to feel like the cost of living increase is just a drop in the bucket. In 2025, the combination of the COLA raise and higher Medicare premiums will affect millions of Social Security recipients. But it's crucial to be aware of these changes so that you're not caught off guard when the notices arrive. Understanding the full impact of these changes will help you plan ahead, budget more effectively, and avoid surprises when your check arrives next year. As much as the Social Security Administration tries to keep things running smoothly, mistakes can and do happen. That's why it's essential to act quickly if you notice any discrepancies with your Social Security payments after the updates come through. With the new notices arriving in December, it's crucial to review them carefully. If you don't receive your COLA increase as expected, or if the Medicare deductions seem off, you'll want to take immediate action. The Social Security Administration is a large government agency, and unfortunately, they don't always get everything right on the first try. When you receive your Social Security check for January 2025, it's possible that something could go wrong, whether it's the amount of the COLA increase, an incorrect Medicare deduction, or even a missed update altogether. These kinds of errors happen more often than you might think, and it's important not to ignore them. For example, I've heard of cases where people didn't receive their COLA increase at all for several months because the error wasn't caught early enough. If you don't catch these mistakes right away, they can drag on for weeks or even months, leaving you without the full benefit you're entitled to. This is where having your official notice is key. If something is off with your check, this notice will have all the details you need to prove what your payment should be. Without it, you'll be left trying to explain your situation to a representative over the phone, and if you don't have the proper documentation, it could take much longer to get the issue resolved. The notice will clearly list the exact amount of your benefits and any deductions, making it much easier to spot errors and make sure you're getting what you deserve. If you do spot a mistake, don't wait to get it fixed. Call the Social Security Administration right away and explain the issue. It may take some time to get through to a representative, but the sooner you address the issue, the better. The longer you wait, the more difficult it can become to resolve the problem. Keep in mind that the longer a mistake goes uncorrected, the more likely it is that you'll be underpaid for months before it gets fixed. The quicker you catch the mistake, the quicker it can be addressed, and you'll avoid months of financial uncertainty. It's also worth mentioning that, while many errors can be corrected fairly easily, some situations can be more complicated. For instance, if you notice that your COLA adjustment didn't get applied, but you haven't received the correct amount of payment. For the last few months, it's important to have all your previous statements handy to show exactly what's been paid and what's missing. Having the right documentation in hand will help speed up the process and ensure that your issue is handled efficiently. Finally, if you ever find yourself dealing with a problem that just won't get fixed after repeated calls or attempts, don't be afraid to escalate the issue. You have the right to request a supervisor or someone with more authority if the regular customer service representative can't resolve your case. Sometimes, it just takes speaking to the right person to get the problem addressed properly. Remember, while mistakes with Social Security checks are common, they're usually correctable. But if you don't act quickly, it can be easy to miss out on the money you're owed. The best advice is to stay on top of your notices, check your payments carefully, and don't hesitate to call if something doesn't seem right.